Hi, I'm Dr. Wiśniewski and you're watching my channel Healthy for Long. I talk to my audience in videos about healthy living and also how to manage chronic conditions of aging. If you have any interest in this type of topics, please subscribe. Today I want to talk about Mediterranean diet and healthy lifestyle choices. And I want to do it based on the data from article that was published in JAMA in 2004. It is somewhat old article, but I was so excited about all that information that I decided that I need to share with you. I hope it will give you motivation to make right choices for you and for your health. The title of the article was Mediterranean Diet, Lifestyle Factors, and 10 Years Mortality in Elderly European Men and Women. What was study design and purpose? So the purpose of the study was to investigate single and combined effect of Mediterranean diet on physical activity, alcohol use, and smoking on health. Population comprised 1,500 men and over 800 of women aged 70 to 90 years from many different European countries, including northern and southern countries. The study design was prospective. What that means is that researchers studied the same population at the entry to the study, and then they tried to reach the same population 10 years later and check what are their lifestyle choices, what happened to their health during that time. What were the outcomes? They looked at 10-year mortality from all causes and also separately from different reasons such as coronary heart disease, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. So for the purpose of this study, they looked at 4 potentially beneficial factors impacting our health. And those were Mediterranean diet, no alcohol use, no smoking, or if somebody was smoking, to make sure that they quit at least 15 years ago prior to entry to the study, and then intermediate physical activity. All those 4 factors were considered as good or beneficial for your health. The results were analyzed for all factors together and for each factor separately. They also looked at mortality from all reasons, all causes, and for 3 other different mortalities such as cardiovascular disease, coronary disease, and cancer. The mortality was measured as a hazard ratio, which means the ratio of occurrence of mortality in one group versus compared to the other group. So if we have hazard ratio of 0.8 for the group of, let's say, in Mediterranean diet, comparing to all the rest people who were not on Mediterranean diet, that means that 0.8 hazard ratio means that this population was 20% less likely to die than the other population that was not on Mediterranean diet. So let's look at the results. So first type of results that I depicted in this table shows all-cause mortality, hazard ratios. So people who were on Mediterranean diet, their hazard ratio was 0.77. So if hazard ratio is less than 1, that means that the particular beneficial factor proved that it is beneficial for you. So for Mediterranean diet, 0.77 hazard ratio means that they were 23% less likely to die than the group that was used for comparison, in that case, people who were not on Mediterranean diet. Again, no alcohol use, hazard ratio for all-cause mortality was 0.78. Again, very beneficial result. And as you can see, good physical activity and non-smoking had even stronger effect with hazard ratio of 0.63 and 0.65. We can look here at cardiovascular heart disease hazard ratios. So mortality from cardiovascular heart disease was less common among people on Mediterranean diet with no alcohol use, good physical activity, and non-smokers. And the stronger effects were for good physical activity and for non-smokers. If you look at mortality from cancer and their hazard ratios, for Mediterranean diet was 0.9, so it was beneficial effect but not very strong. But not surprisingly, if we look for a group of non-smokers, their hazard ratio was very low at 0.47, which means that they were 50% less likely to die of cancer if they were non-smokers. Finally, in this table, you can see that all those beneficial factors have additive effect. The more healthy lifestyle choices you have in your past medical history, the more likely you are to be healthy. If you follow all those 4 beneficial lifestyle choices, such as Mediterranean diet, good physical activity, not using alcohol, not being a smoker, you have very strong beneficial effect on your health. The hazard ratios for 4 healthy factors were at the level of 0.33, 0.31, 0.35. So very strong, healthy impact on your health. So what are shortcomings on this study? So first of all, this was not a randomized study or blinded study to investigators. This was not an interventional study. Interventional study means that we randomize population, let's say, into 2 or 3 groups, and each group is using different lifestyle choice that may require them to change their behaviors. So this was not interventional study. This was comparable study, comparing 2 different groups. And finally, overall numbers for different cause mortalities were not very high here. So in the conclusion, I can say that it was a very interesting study because it showed beneficial effect of different lifestyle choices in your life. It studied old population, very old population, because all those people were at least 70 years old or older. It studied them over 10 years. It was prospective study. And it showed very strong beneficial effect, especially if you adhere to at least 3 or 4 beneficial lifestyle behaviors in your life. And that would mean that you are by 50% less likely to die during that period of time. So that means that your life actually will be longer and healthier if you follow healthy lifestyle choices. I hope that this data gave you a very strong motivation to have a discussion with your doctor about how healthy you are and how you can maintain your good health for the future. And if you do have any chronic condition, how to manage them properly so you remain reasonably healthy for long.